Welcome to Talking Comics, where we are bagged, boarded, and pre-recorded. I'm Ryan.
I'm Sean.
Thank you guys for tuning in once again. I know I say that every week. It's kind of my catchphrase, I guess.
You're thankful.
I am thankful. I'm always happy to see views. I hope you all had a happy 4th of July. At this point of recording, 4th is... I don't even know what day it is. What day is 4th of July? Is it on a Monday?
Monday.
So we're not recording on the 4th, but yeah. So happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day, and what have you.
Happy Hanukkah.
Christmas in July.
Merry Christmas.
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
What is Kwanzaa? Yeah.
4th of July. Perfect lead-in for what we're talking about.
Yes. We are going to kind of pick up where we left off last week. We weren't able to fit in Steve Rogers, Captain America, issue 1.
So you read it?
Yes, I read it. I was a little slow reading it because I've been trying to read all these comics so we can have stuff to talk about on the show. And yeah, it was I enjoyed most of the writing, and it was overall good, I'd say. But I'm sure at this point, just in case you haven't, there's a spoiler warning.
Yeah, huge twist. I'm pretty sure
we're going to talk about the ending, but it's already so infamous that pretty much everyone's heard about it already. Captain Hydra.
Yeah.
Apparently, Mr. Steve Rogers was recruited as a child, essentially, for Hydra, and has been a Hydra agent this whole time, I guess.
Yes and no.
Like, it's.
I like the story. I did. I like the flashback scenes.
Yeah.
With the mom, Steve Rogers and his mom, and the abusive dad.
Yeah.
And this lady comes up and helps him out. It's like, oh, you might fit in just nicely with the, a Hydra recruiter.
With our organization.
Because it coincides with the bomber.
Yeah.
They do his flashback story, and he's got a broken home. And, but yeah, to the point where like Marvel was getting death threats.
Yeah, that's a
little bit.
A little bit too much. Yeah.
I mean, I like that people, that got that sense of ownership. It's like, hey, man, it's camp. And I don't buy it, really. It's just to give... Because when you're telling stories, you got your backstories, your origins. Then you got a bunch of middle to fill forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
And then the third act. And that one issue was it was a gimmick.
Yeah.
Because, let's see, first of all...
I mean, you got to think about this. Even though people, before I even read this, I heard about the ending. I still bought it. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
People, as outraged as they were, I still got to get it. I mean, it came out for free comic book day, right? And within a month.
Well, no. Fallen Sun.
Fallen Sun.
Or no, I'm sorry. Captain America: Dead No More.
Oh, okay.
That was the one there. That was free comic book day.
But the comic hasn't been out. Maybe like a month that it's been out, right?
Yeah.
And they're already damn near impossible to get.
Jesus, I know.
And the price has jumped up from cover price from anywhere from cover price to $20.
And then it keeps going on the internet, or you can find one on there. It's like $30, $40, $50. What? It's a single issue.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's grown so much infamy that it's become truly famous, and it's
so the story, the broken home. They do the little flashback. Steve Rogers as a kid, the mom, drunk dad smacking her around and everything. This lady comes out of nowhere,
saves the day.
Them, starts feeding them, helping them out, boosting their ego, encouraging them, stuff like that. As a Captain America fan, I like the story. I like the writing. It paralleled. but like that right there, going back, and then it flashes to now, where Cap's back.
Yeah.
He's got his powers back. He's young again from the Kobik. They're stopping this train where the driver basically has a suicide bomber's vest on.
Yeah.
He's martyring himself.
Yep.
And it's that same kid that just mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, you do a little flashback of him broken home. He got recruited by the Red Skull. Cap's punching faces and necks, full of Hydra agents.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. This train has a destination. It's basically just a 100-mile-an-hour bomb. Agent Hill on the comm.
Now that was Carter.
Carter, yes.
Yeah, Carter.
Carter was there. She's aged,
Yeah.
obviously, so he always gets the,
And he said that's Cap said like that's Peggy, the love of my life.
Yeah.
And even though he's young again and in his prime again, she's still old. He still loves her. So that was
the
really
relationship's still there and everything. Meanwhile, you have what's her name? Red. The two new agents.
Yeah.
Captain Flag, Jack Flag, and her name escapes me.
I can't remember it either. I'll put some pictures.
They're doing the follow up, right?
Yeah.
So we get the thing. They're also simultaneously hunting for Baron Zemo, who has Dr. Jesus. What am I horrible with names?
God,
Scientist from Thor.
Yeah. The scientist guy from
Wagner?
Yeah, Brian Wagner.
Yeah. Okay. Zemo's got him. He wants the Kobik back.
Yeah.
He's angry that
he just escaped from somewhere called Paradise Hills.
Yeah, and he's recruiting also.
Yeah.
He's doing a little thing because he's going against it's like a power struggle with Baron Zemo and Red Skull.
Yeah.
In the meantime, so doing this, they Steve Rogers finally takes over the train, gets the guy, doesn't do it in time. He tries to talk him down.
Tries to talk him down. Doesn't quite work.
Yeah. Pulls the trigger, train explodes.
Yeah, Cap makes it out.
A little bumped and bruised.
Yeah, he talks a little about how he feels off balance.
Yeah.
He finally, I can only imagine he finally got used to being an old man. He's like, I'm ready. At that point, you get used to being Captain America, young.
He was
strong. Then you're old. He finally adapts to it, and now he's
that's the thing.
Back in the game,
and he was very good at it too. When he was powerless and old, and I mean the serum, he didn't have the serum in him anymore.
Yeah,
it was all negated. But he also got a taste of being a director and super spy. So
I haven't really read much of Cap in recent years.
Basically, a de facto the director of directors for S.H.I.E.L.D., the Black Widow program, so on and so forth. The Avengers initiative, the kind of like their farm league leading up.
Yeah,
still training, but like just doing it more.
Kind of like the Den Father.
Pretty much. Think of like Bruce, Batman Beyond, Bruce Wayne type thing. The tech. I mean, he was just all out super spy director. Mm-hmm. So he got a really good taste for that, and now he's back. Yeah, and like you said, he kept saying in the book that something's off. Mm-hmm. I'm off balance. No, that's not it. I know something's just not right.
Yeah.
So he's going on.
Not only is he back, he's back with a new suit, which looks awesome.
Yeah.
And a new shield that's kind of in this classic style, but with modern tech. And it's like classic old like World War II
the 1940
style,
the Jack Kirby
like that same shape, but it's modern and it has like advanced tech.
Oh yeah. They so
I also actually recently found out so I've had discussions about Cap and his shield and stuff before, and for some reason I was under the assumption that it was partly made out of adamantium.
Yeah.
It turns out that it's not actually made out of adamantium. It's made out of there's a third mystery substance that has yet to be precisely proclaimed. And apparently the misunderstanding of it being made out of adamantium was when someone was trying to recreate the shield, they made adamantium. apparently.
Oh, misdirection.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah. The more you know.
So anyway, Cap's licking his wounds. He has that little moment with Agent
Carter.
13. Yeah. Going back there, so Captain Flag, they're swapping Cap stories, talking about how great this, that, and everything else. The kid stuff, they're junior league.
Yeah.
And they're sitting around talking, oh, that didn't really happen. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I used to be a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, too.
Don't get them started on
Yeah.
that.
And so they ended up they have a location on Zemo.
Yeah.
Who's recruiting, getting these new guys in, swoop in on him, start doing it. He's got the professor. He gets away because he's been really hard up until this point to locate.
Mm-hmm.
So they're taking out the recruits. Cap goes after Zemo.
Yeah.
Gets up in the plane, the helicopter.
Yeah.
And they start fighting back and forth. Zemo gets the better of him and unlocks the loading dock in air, and he's hanging on.
Yeah.
And
then
it's like that moment. Yeah, it's like they're talking about moments that define you. Just do it. Take a chance, good or bad. And Captain Flag gets up in there. Oh, Cap needs help.
Yeah.
He goes up to help him.
Saves the day.
Saves Cap. Pulls him up. Punches Zemo. He turns around. Cap's there. Grabs him.
And
throws him out of the... Kills him.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he throws his comrade in arms out the helicopter.
Zemo's knocked out unconscious.
And the scientist dude is sitting there.
Tied to the chair, gagged, looks over at him, and the infamous
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra from Captain America.
Yeah, I'm personally not sold on Captain Hydra myself, especially with that last panel where he says Hail Hydra, because you don't just when you're talking about something you believe in, like with us talking about comics, we passion, fire in our hearts.
Yeah,
we don't go welcome to Talking Comics. Bagged, boarded, whatever. I don't care.
Not to mention, I have some questions here after reading that.
Yeah.
After doing a WTF this and oh my god that and the backstory that we were talking about when I do the flashbacks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That reminded me an awful lot of the Red Skulls, Tales of Suspense number 66.
Huh.
To the T.
Yeah.
The Red Skulls backstory. So, besides, this whole thing totally negates everything. It ain't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like turning Superman bad.
Yeah.
Bad guy. You're in a corner. And everything that Joe Simon and Jack Kirby did to create this character in the 40s, from Fallen Sun all the way to Dead No More to this. It's... No. There's no way you could do that with a character like Cap.
Yeah.
Because especially with people who they're trying... It's such a high rise right now. I know the books and the movies are different, but it's like, dude, I just saw this guy in Civil War, fighting this and doing that. And so the question I have, maybe a false memory implant restored by the Kobik? Because I've sent you little teasers for issue 2.
Yeah.
You got to put that one up. To the point where I want to say, ha ha ha, I was right. When you're making emphasis on the shield, look at the one panel with him and the Red Skull. Look what he does to the skull. That's all I'm saying. Plot holes in this. Why hasn't any Hydra agent used this before? If he had been a Hydra agent the whole time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, I got another one. If this is true, because I know the Red Skull was in possession of the Kobik, and he was controlling it.
Yeah.
So, if this is an embedded memory thing, it's not a clone, it's not a third dimension, whatever. This is Cap.
Yeah.
So this was a false memory embedded in him when he was recreated, if it's been him since day one, a Hydra agent, then when he was recreated by the Kobik, how come that stayed and everything else was wiped clean?
That's a good point.
Again,
I'm wondering if the Red Skull was in control of that thing for a long time, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So what if his memories, while in control of it, were implanted into it?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's not shitty writing. I think that's his memory, but this is the Red Skull. I mean, that's the first thing I noticed when I read the book.
He's remembering his
that's
past
Tales
as
of Suspense.
as the Red Skull's past.
That's the Red Skull. Yes, yes.
That's a good theory. I kind of like that one.
Because, I mean, someone like me, just, Grandpa Sean been around, real Tales from the Suspense.
It'd be really great. Somehow the people over at Marvel that write these caps, you hear that, and they're like, that's a good idea. How come we didn't think of that?
Yeah,
if that's not where they're going with this. And
I got another one for you. Plot hole idea that just... Given over the course of 70 plus some odd years, 76, 77 years,
yeah,
Captain America's been around, he spent quite a bit of time with mutants, enhanced, Inhumans, so on and so forth. A lot of them have telepathic abilities. How come none of them noticed?
That's a really good point. You'd think that someone would have picked up on his intent.
I mean, if he's a Hydra agent the whole time. And the most obvious one. His best friend is a politically engaged black man. The Falcon. How did he spend all that time without slipping up? Being a Hydra agent?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I know they're kind of I think they call it a retcon, where they take the character, wipe it clean.
Yeah.
Just in a little snippet, see how it takes. Do a little mini issue.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work if that's the way they're going, especially with someone like Captain America.
Yeah.
It worked with the first run of Cap in the 40s, when they're fighting Nazis and Hydra, and he's punching Hitler in the face.
Yeah.
But once Hitler and the Nazis were defeated, Cap didn't have no one to fight. The books fold, so, let's freeze him. And then brought him back. But what they did also was the introduction of the happy-go-lucky sidekick with Bucky. Got rid of him, because that ain't going to work. Worked in the 40s, but it ain't going to work now. So they retconned it, and that's where the Winter Soldier was born, and it fucking was gangbusters on that.
Yeah.
He's on the big screen now, man.
Oh, yeah,
he ain't
definitely.
Gee, Cap, the corny Bob Kane Robin type thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Bucky, but it does work. But this, I have kind of snuck peeks here and there of issue 2, and yeah, I was right.
And once you know the ending of the book as a given, you've read the book at this point.
Oh yeah.
You know for sure that it's not just an evil teaser. And then you look at that cover. The cover has a completely different meaning.
Mm-hmm.
I thought when I first looked at it, I was thinking he's back in action. He's with his crew, his best friends, his teammates. No, he's not with them. He's running from them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, did you see the little prologue right at the beginning of the book? I was telling you about that. It says, in a time now, the world needs 2 Captain Americas more than ever.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna keep checking up on this to see where it goes. I might wait and just
trade paperback it.
Yeah, just listen to some other people talk about it, and then just get the trade paperback at some point and read it myself.
Yeah, I get that access where I can get in there and get little spoilers and stuff. And check it out. So I might stick with this one just to be an addict.
Yeah. Overall, though, I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For better or for worse, I'm gonna see what happens.
What'd you think of the look of Baron Zemo?
I think the dark mask was an upgrade.
Right? Yeah. I don't like the pink. When I first saw him, I'm like, what the hell is Cobra Commander doing in the Captain? I will get you, Captain. I heard they crossed over G.I. Joe and Captain America. What's going on here?
So yeah, that's what we think about. That's all we have to say about that.
No, man, it's a really, really good book.
Yeah, if you can find it, buy it.
Yeah,
because you're not going to be able to get a hold of those original cover prints for much longer. They're updating it. Yeah,
I don't like the new ones.
Now on the cover it actually shows him saying "Hail Hydra,"
yeah.
which is stupid. I mean,
and
I get
shield's different too.
I get it. It is?
Yeah, they tweaked the shield. There's one now where he has the round shield, and he has the old Jack Simon 1940s Shield one. And then there's ones which I don't remember getting my hands on there where he has the round shield.
Huh.
They both do. Like him, and you can see like Falcon in the back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're gonna flat out with the word balloon on there, Hail Hydra. Yeah.
I get that it's already out there, but still. I have a surprise comic to talk about today.
Do it.
I have not told Sean what it is. I've only given him hints that it is something I have read. It is something I read pre-podcast. And I have bought it from his shop. It was something that he...
I hope you're not expecting me to guess. I'm just like, I don't
He hoped someone would buy. He hoped very much that someone would buy this and he could talk to them about it. You want some more hints?
No, just tell me what it is.
Howard the Duck.
Oh! The Duck, yeah.
We're Duck fans here.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck fans, to clarify. We're no sports jock, mother lover. Anyways, yeah, Howard the Duck. What the Duck?
What the Duck?
That's the title. For those of you who don't know, Howard the Duck is a comic book character who is very strange and very comical comedy.
Duck World.
Very comical comic book. Little backstory is he's not from our universe, obviously. He was pulled through the nexus of all realities into the 616 universe. And he's stuck with us in New York.
In New York. So, yeah, all you folks who love that Deadpool movie and the Deadpool, yeah, you got Howard the Duck to thank for. Yeah, he was the original jokey guy.
Yeah.
And
he's
got a hotter chick than
yeah, he's in this. He's a private eye.
Yeah.
His on the cover it shows his door to his office. Howard T. Duck, private eye. Not private investigator, private eye.
Private eye.
EYE.
You noticed that, right? Oh man, yeah. So you just freshly read this?
Yeah, I read it a little bit so I could talk about it for this podcast.
It's been a while since I've gone back and revisited the Duck.
Yeah, it takes a while for me to get new comic books, so it's a good thing I have a lot of comic books that I can reread to talk about on here because, sometimes, either I don't have any money or they're hard to find. It's hard to get a hold of comics that I want to talk about on the podcast.
Right.
So I've been saving this one for a rainy day.
So that big one, it's the big omnibus Howard the Duck one that you got, or
no? I got the just a single issue of it's one of the more modern ones.
Who's the artist? Who's the writer? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I have no idea who.
Were you the one to tell me to get the one guy? Oh, where I'm going with this is that one artist who does like group action shots, but he always sticks in Howard the Duck even when he doesn't belong there. Was that you that was telling me that?
Yeah, I was. It's not that guy. I can't remember that artist's name, but he's an artist for Marvel, and every time there's a big like let's say something along the lines of Avengers versus X-Men.
Right.
He'll just throw Howard the Duck in the background.
Like he's part of the
melee. He's not part of the story at all, but he believes that since Marvel created the character, they have to put up with him.
Yeah, the Duck.
It was a really funny book. I really enjoyed it. It starts out with him in jail. And they're like, we can't find his file. My file's in another universe.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm kind of scraping the rust off.
Yeah,
I was like, which story did you read?
It's very new. Like, in panels way later in the comic, you see, like, the new Miss Marvel.
The Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's okay, yeah.
All right, I'll talk about that real quick.
All right.
Throughout the comic, there are a lot of jokes at Spider-Man's expense.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man.
Howard has to meet up with Spider-Man. He's trying to find this necklace that some weird guy, hired him to find. and he hears wind that Black Cat might have it.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets in contact with Spider-Man, tries to figure out. Well, as he's trying to get the info, he's abducted. Guess who he's abducted by? The Collector.
The Collector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's a rarity in our universe. So now he is in a prison in the universe. And he teams up with Rocket Raccoon to get out, which is really cool. But anyways, when he gets abducted, Spider-Man's... No! Not again! And after his big team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, he makes it home. They teleport him back to where he was abducted from. Spider-Man's there with a memorial for Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
And he's sleeping on and he's like got 5 o'clock shadow. It looks like he's been drinking.
Why, Howard?
No!
Come back to me.
I couldn't save you.
Yeah, that was a...
And there's another part way later down the line that I'll talk about. I'll just move towards that part. Actually, he finally gets the necklace, only to be mugged by an old lady.
Yeah.
That old lady was Aunt May.
Aunt May. Yes, you heard that right, folks. Howard the Duck was mugged by Aunt May.
And so she's on the phone with Peter, and Howard and his new friend that he met in jail, go and find, they take her, and they're trying to figure out, what happened, where, because apparently there's been a bunch of old people stealing from people lately. So they track him down, but they take, and Aunt May drops her phone.
Okay.
So Spider-Man swings in. Aunt May, Peter told me to come check on you. Aunt May, not again.
Jesus.
Quit being a little bitch, man.
What I know, right?
Not that I would react any differently if my grandma just disappeared.
So, technically...
But it's so freaking funny.
The ones I've read, and then the ones you've read, he's been a Defender. He's been an Avenger.
They actually talk about him and the Defenders a little bit. Not only are they telling the story of him trying to find this necklace that the guy hired him, they show a couple of little shorts from, his past. And there was shortly after he opened his private eye, investigation, he was being sued by Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Yeah, Heroes for Hire?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that... Do you know why?
Because he was using their advertising and their name.
Yeah. He told copyright infringement. He's bobbing in and taking all their stuff. Heroes for Hire. Well, I'm a hero too.
I'm a hero.
They're expecting Power Man and Iron Fist. What the duck? False advertising.
They also did this one short where he was hired to something to do with find Wolverine or something like that, and he goes to this place where there's a bunch of superheroes: Wolverine, Punisher, Hulk, Thor. They're actually costume party people. And
I might have to borrow, because you're dropping something that I have no recollection of whatsoever.
And he was hired by them, and the guy's like, "Where's Wolverine been? We need you to find him." And so Howard makes a few calls, and I think it was Spidey. He was like, "Wolverine's dead. He died 2 months ago." So Howard breaks the news, and just as that happens, they've introduced all of the people and Punisher guy, and just as that happens, there's some big a bad guy comes out of nowhere and starts destroying buildings. So the Punisher guy, they're trying to figure out what to do. Howard's about to, he's trying to, I gotta save the day, or I gotta get out of here, and the Punisher guy pulls out a machine gun and shoots at whatever it was. So I'm assuming what they're doing is that was the real Punisher, and he does a side job as being a party Punisher, because it showed him like blowing up balloons and stuff. And
really?
But then he pulls out a gun and unloads on the bad guy.
Yeah,
if I recall correctly.
I gotta borrow that from you, because I would definitely remember that. Punisher doing party balloons.
Yeah, it was really funny. So they finally tracked down where the necklace was taken to. I can't remember the name of the bad guy. He was one of the hypnotizy bad guys. He hypnotizes people and they do what he wants.
Okay.
And just as they're trying to... he also... let me skip some of this because there's too much to talk about and fit it all into...
Was it Vortex?
I think that might have been it. I can't remember.
Not Mysterio or Purple Man.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
And just as they're trying to figure out what to do, the weird guy that hired him to do the job busts in the door.
Okay.
And punches the guy that stole the necklace. He's a Skrull. The weird guy that hired Howard to do the job was a Skrull.
Really?
Yeah, except he's a abnormal Skrull who cannot transform his body. So he has to wear real disguises, like rubber masks.
Oh wow! Yeah, I gotta borrow this.
And he like begins to do the typical evil villain thing where he explains his plan,
monologuing. Yeah,
and I'm gonna use the power of this to make Thanos respect me or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And so he ends up having to. They don't know what this thing is, so they end up going to I think they went to Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
And Doctor Strange explains there are 6 gems and a gauntlet. No, it's not the Infinity Gauntlet. It's
right.
The Abundant Gauntlet.
Abundant Gauntlet. Yeah.
Which the stones include the power of compassion, laughter, dance, respect, and a second dance stone.
Nice. Yeah, Doctor Strange. You know when he did you hear when Howard the Duck, you ever read the one where he wanted to at least be the custodian for the Illuminati?
I'd like to see him do that.
Now in the book in the one that you read, whatever happened with Felicia Hardy, Black Cat? Anything?
Not much, really. Him and his friend, they break in, they try and steal the gem that she stole from the guy at the beginning.
So that's just filler story?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, him trying to work her and Beverly Switzer into a three-way or something.
Well, his old girlfriend doesn't exist, as far as I know, in this...
No Beverly Switzer in there?
In this current continuity. Like, I never saw her in it.
Oh, okay. No Man-Thing? Even in flashback or nothing like this? Yeah, dude, you're reading a book. I don't think I haven't read it.
It's very modern.
Yeah, I haven't.
I think, yeah. So, during the big fight with, the Avengers come in and Fantastic Four and all the other guys, and they're fighting this Skrull and his Abundant Gauntlet.
Abundant Gauntlet.
And, just as, and they find out that, or Howard finds out that his lady friend that he met in jail has the powers of a Skrull.
Okay.
Apparently, when one of the times the Skrull invaded, the Fantastic Four tricked, like mind washed or something like that, the Skrull into turning into cows. And so people who ate that cow meat got Skrull powers.
Oh, okay.
And so he's like, so you ate a burger and now you have the powers of a Skrull. She says, well, not exactly. And then it shows another flashback of there's one more. Let's turn him into a cow. No, let's turn him into something else. A duck.
Oh.
She got Skrull powers from eating a duck.
I was like, what?
Exactly. He went, quack. Quack.
That's awesome.
Uh, Yeah.
You bought this. I sold you this book.
Yeah.
I have no recollection of this whatsoever. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really funny book. If you're not familiar with Howard the Duck books, I recommend giving, if you find one, give it a read. They're usually filled with great humor, and
what, Avengers Assemble? All right.
all right, yeah. The cover, it looks like there's Spider-Man at the window, and he's like, "Come on, Howard! They said Avengers Assemble." And hold on, I'm getting my coat. I can't swing like you. I gotta call a cab.
He's got a drink and a smoke.
I'm coming. But yeah,
That's
it was.
awesome.
I'll lend it to you sometime.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Nice surprise. I like that.
Yeah.
You always get me smiling with the duck.
I got one more thing to cover today. Let's keep this one kind of short. I'm hoping that this will stimulate some conversation down in the comment section, maybe on our Facebook.
What do we got?
Zombie Survival Guide.
Ooh, Max Brooks.
Yes. I did not know what else to talk about today, so I figured this would be something fun and interactive with the fans. So if you haven't read the Zombie Survival Guide, I recommend getting it. It's a very compelling read, even though it's technically a parody book, kinda. It's a comedy book, supposed to be, but he puts so much detail into the quote unquote facts in the book that it sounds
good.
legit.
Oh yeah.
But what type of equipment would you bring? What type of weapons? And if you and you're able to bring one DC comic and one Marvel comic and one movie or DVD that you can watch or read those at any time.
There's no power in the zombie apocalypse.
Well, if you have the possibility.
Okay,
I'm just saying,
gotcha.
in the apocalypse, you're able to do this. It's like...
Oh, you're going to have all sorts of surprises today, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, give me one.
Well...
Which one?
Which one would I do?
Okay, yeah, do a topic and
all
name yours.
right, so what type of weapons would you bring? You can only... Depending on the weight, you can only bring so much. Like, I've got actual models of what type of guns and stuff I'd bring.
Guns? Well, I definitely have
what
to have...
What type of gun?
I would have...
You can have a handgun and one big gun.
Well, see, I wouldn't do anything that made noise. I'd have a handgun, just probably like the what was it, the 9mm, the one with the 15 rounds.
Yeah, like a Glock.
Yeah, that. But
yeah, I was thinking along the same lines.
I do a lot of knives.
Yeah.
The samurai sword, katana.
See, I thought about that myself, but I lack any actual skill to use one. So I decided instead of bringing a samurai sword, or I'd use a military trench shovel.
Oh yeah.
Those things have an edge on them. You can use it to dig shitters out while you can also use it to dig a shitter.
Yeah.
And you can bash people in the face with it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that people would use it for in the military. Is I don't, all I have in my hands is this. I can't grab my gun or my knife right now. Bash.
That would be good. Yeah, I'd keep myself in a mindset of not using the gun unless I absolutely positively had to.
When I decided what gun I wanted, I went with a Glock, as a Glock myself, but for the model that shoots 45 rounds. Because 45s, I'm going to drop a little gun knowledge on you. They fire, and the frequency that they fire at, the sound level, is considered subsonic, so it's a lot quieter. So you are able to suppress the sound of one a lot easier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
also, they're very light, so you don't have to carry a lot of weight.
Okay.
Yeah. I know a couple of things about guns. But, what comics would you bring to the apocalypse? You can bring one DC and one Marvel.
One DC and one Marvel, huh? Just one of each?
Yes.
I would do, okay, Return to Big Nothing, The Punisher, and Dark Knight Returns.
Nice.
I mean,
I went with Court of Owls.
ooh, that's nice.
Batman Court of Owls, and the Spider-Man Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah, those are easily two of my favorite comics that I've read.
Yeah, there's so many. But those are the two right off the top that I always find myself revisiting.
If you had the capability of being able to watch one movie at any time during the zombie apocalypse, or one DVD, I'll say, to make your options a little bit wider, what DVD would that be?
Walking Dead. It's the do's and don'ts.
I'll do that, but I won't do that.
Oh, I had the idea.
How did they not see that coming? That zombie was moaning. Me, I'd try and keep my spirits high, and I'd bring Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks.
Somebody's got the poopy undies.
So I'm bringing my Mel Brooks movie while I'm talking about our Max Brooks book.
Awesome.
All right. Here's a tough one, and this might be our final thing on this topic.
Okay.
What will be one? All right, you can bring one piece, like you can wear whatever clothes you want, but like one specialty piece of clothing, like something that you really like and you want to take with you. Me, like, I chose my Batman hat because it's a really cool hat. I really like it. Just like your favorite. Like, would you bring your favorite T-shirt?
That's what I was gonna say. My Talking Comics T-shirt.
Yes.
On sale for $25.
That's actually real quick before we finish this off. We got Talking Comic T-shirts in at the shop. $25. There's also some Nerd Nest shirts there.
Yes.
Check it out. And we can always place more. You can always place more orders in the future, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So at some point we'll get varying sizes and styles, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right.
In the middle of the apocalypse, I'm plugging the store, trying to make a sale.
If you can get some electricity and some Wi-Fi, check out our podcast that happened before the apocalypse. It was so good.
Yeah, let's be honest. I mean,
it'd be your Black Devil doll T-shirt, wouldn't it?
No, I'm just like, how to survive this, how to survive that. I'd be a zombie, dude. I'd be like one of the first bit.
Alrighty, the last thing, the hardest vice to give up, like the hardest thing, like addiction, your vices.
Smoking.
Yeah. I was torn between either smoking or energy drinks. Will there be energy drinks in post-apocalyptia? Maybe for a little while, but not for long.
Yeah. Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, kids. I'm not condoning smoking, but
yeah, don't smoke. It's bad for you.
Man, if I haven't smoked, don't come around me.
Sean. So I have some bad news for the group today. Sean, he took his life. Did he get bit? Was he afraid he was going to turn? No, it's been a week since he had a cigarette.
I can't do it.
Actually, I had to put Sean down.
Was he infected? No, I just had to put it down.
It's been like 2 weeks since he had a smoke.
It's been 2 hours.
He tried to bum one of mine.
Rifling through my stuff. Had to go.
Yeah, so I think that's about all we have for today. Let us know what type of weapons you'd bring to the apocalypse. What if you could bring one DC comic, one Marvel comic, and a DVD of your choice? What would you bring? This is the last thing that these are the last forms of entertainment you might have for the rest of your life.
Let us know if
what is it going to be?
Was my death justified, or could I get a cigarette?
and what would be your hardest vice to give up? I have a feeling there's a good portion of internet people watching this that are going to say porn. Just kidding. We love you guys. So as always, thank you for tuning in once again, and I hope you had a happy 4th of July.
Yes, happy 4th, everybody.
Yeah. And we will talk to you again next week. So as always,
have a day.